Welcome to the channel. Let's get this thing started. Let's kind of look at the market. It's an hour earlier than normal. Let me get the music going and we'll get started. Let me get everything set up. I'll be back live longer on Monday, so this is just a little bit of a quick market update. My longer streams are on Mondays, which is tonight, so I guess this would be the longer stream. So with that being said, guys, let's look at the market. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $67,590. I do want to let you guys know, for the people rewatching on YouTube, that we have a Telegram channel. Link to join that is on my YouTube. And we have a Patreon. If you want to join that, you can join that through my Telegram, which I should relink in my TikTok, because it became aware to me today that my Patreon's there and not my Telegram. So I will switch that out. Or maybe I should make a link tree. But either way, let's look at the Crypto Fear Greed Index and go from there. So last time we looked at this was Saturday night. It was at 74. Now the new one will be at, let's see, I think we're going to be around the same. 73, I'll call it. Oh, we're lower now. I was right about us being lower. We're at 71 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. So, yeah, nothing really has changed until it really gets into extreme greed, which I think is 90 and above. I really don't care, but it's still interesting to look at a few times a week. So with that being said, let's go over to Bitcoin. To me, Bitcoin is still bearish on the higher time frames. This is on the 1 hour time frame. I had this in a rising wedge. And this dump right here, this reversal right here, was when Kamala Harris was basically nominated to be the Democratic nominee, and then you got that spike up back, made a slightly higher high up to $68,482. And that's also obviously when Biden stepped down. I've been expecting that news for about 2 weeks now. And now, to me, it could still be a bearish thing. That is a higher high, though. And, we'll see what happens. Or that's a double top and you keep coming down, and maybe we're going to make like a rounded top here. So that's the bearish scenario. I'm still a little bit bearish on this breakout, because to me, this could still be winding up to be a rounded top on the 1 hour time frame. So I would still be cautious. Now, I will say this. I will stop being bearish if we make another higher high, because then that would no longer be a rounded top. So Bitcoin can break $68,500. We'll call it $68,600. If Bitcoin can break $68,600, I do see a massive breakout to the upside, because that would be another higher high, and that would negate the rounded top, in my opinion. So that's the price you have to beat, is $68,600 to be bullish short term on Bitcoin. Otherwise, if you keep getting rejected to the downside, the next target to the downside is 66.2, and then we have weekly massive support at that $65,500 level on Bitcoin. I was in the wrong chart, but yeah, we still see it here. I'm going to just kind of redo this chart here a little bit, but I'm still bearish on Bitcoin based off what I just said. This is still the same situation. This is still a rising wedge for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin really still needs to break $68,600 on this chart. It's basically $68,500. So Bitcoin needs to break on the Coinbase chart $68,500. And I think the other one I was looking at was Binance, or maybe it was MEXC. Either way, 68,500 or 68,600 needs to break. Otherwise, I am bearish on Bitcoin short term. And again, you have the next real support of the downside of any significance would be that weekly support at $65,500. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for the like on TikTok. That's what I'm looking at. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know, and I will do them after I get done talking about Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Now, let me start on the weekly time frame and work our way down. The weekly time frame does want to continue to the upside. So the bigger idea here is that Bitcoin, even if it's bear short term, Bitcoin on the weekly is just starting to break out of a bull pennant, which the measurement is roughly $100,000. So weekly still looks great. The 3-day is at the top of the channel, and now it's likely you get rejected and come back down to the bottom, which, as long as you hold that weekly support, $65,500, which is the bottom of the channel, the weekly will still be pushing to the upside. 2-day and the daily are also overbought. Those need to come down. The 12 hours is just starting to come down. So that brings me back to my point. I believe that the rising wedge here on the smaller time frames, like the 8-hour chart you see it, the 6-hour chart you see it, is still in play. Although they are making higher lows, so we'll see what happens. But I believe that this rising wedge short term will bring us back to that weekly support at $65,500. We'll see if I'm right or not, but that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin short term. Now, again, I will negate this bear scenario, and I'll be looking for more upside if Bitcoin can crack $68,600 and make another higher high. That would negate the rising wedge as well, in my opinion. And then if you break $68,600, your next target would be $71,365. I think it's more likely to come to the downside short term. I hope I'm wrong because I am in a long right now on another coin, which I see a rising or falling. That's a bull pin, I should say. Measure move would take you to 42. So I am in a long right now. So I hope Bitcoin does go up because that would probably help my trade in this altcoin. But that's what I'm looking at. I think unfortunately short term it's more likely we see downside action than upside action. But that's what I see in the markets right now. Yeah, it just is what it is. So, that's where I stand on my opinions in the market. It says more likes can help attract viewers. We have 5 members. If you guys want to help support the channel, become a member. I'm with you. I appreciate that. So, anyways, that's kind of what I see in the market. I see more downside on Bitcoin unless we can make a new high. But yeah, right now I see this as a rising wedge on Bitcoin. These break down 68% of the time. Now, again, I haven't said this yet tonight. If Bitcoin does elect to go to the upside, rising wedges do break out parabolically. And so I believe if Bitcoin cracks 68,600 and we make another higher high, negating the downside, I believe Bitcoin will go pretty fast. I'm not saying in 5 minutes, but it might take a day or two to go to 71,365, which is the next resistance on Bitcoin. So you have weekly resistance up there at 71,365 and weekly support at $65,500 on Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I got going on right now. That's what I see. Like the 15-minute time frame right now is overbought, but like I don't know, the half-hour time frame is oversold. That's a falling wedge. So the half hour looks good. You're getting some indecision. So right now I would just look at the smaller time frames, which tell you that you need to go down. But the weekly time frame is also very bullish. So I could see. I don't know what just happened. I could see a move down to $65,500 for Bitcoin. Still being bullish on the higher time frame, such as the weekly time frame. So I would not mind if Bitcoin goes down to test the weekly support at 65.5 and then gets the move up to a new high, up to 71,000 or something like that. But just looking at the 30-minute time frame, the 15 is overbought, so be cautious. But the 30-minute says you could get a move up to $68,800. So if you're just looking at the 30-minute, which I don't advise you to do, but if you are just looking at that alone time frame is good. You're above the 200. So, I mean, that time frame is bullish, but again, the 15-minute time frame is overbought. I would be very cautious right here. I would not take a long based on that. But, you know, if you're just looking at the 30-minute, it's technically bullish. Yeah, 4-hour rising wedge is what we just talked about. So if you guys have a request for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. I am in a trade right now. I've been in a trade probably for a week now on this. It feels like a week. I got in at 28, so I probably got in on the 17th, which was 5 days ago, so almost a week. At 28, it went up to 32, and now it's been consolidating right now. So if you hold 25, my theory is this is still bullish. It's kind of testing that level right now, but the 4-hour time frame right now, it was trying to get a bounce, I thought earlier. Maybe not. The 2-hour is. So we'll see what happens. That's the trade I'm in right now. And yeah. It's pretty simple. Thank you guys for the likes. A little bit better of a stream than last time, that's for sure. So apparently my computer, I thought it was going to be live on YouTube today, but my computer doesn't get in now until next Monday. I looked at Monday and thought it was this Monday. It's not. But my point is, whenever my computer gets in, hopefully it is next Monday. What is happening? I don't know why it's going to that website. I have no idea. But when my computer does get in, I'll be back live on YouTube. So I'm hoping that happens next Monday. If it happens Monday, I'll be able to be back live on YouTube on Monday of next week. Unless it gets delayed or something. You know, it's shipping from Japan, so who knows. But my other computer I spilled water on, so that's why I'm not on YouTube for the last week or two. Anywho. Thank you for the follow. If you guys have a request for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. Otherwise, that's kind of my market update. Again, Crypto Fear Greed Index is at 71. We just looked at that at the beginning in case you missed it. It's at 71. The other day, Saturday night, it was at 74, so nothing really new to talk about there. I think the market thought that Biden stepping down is bullish because when that happened, Bitcoin did get a spike. That right there, the low right before the news was 65,700, and then you got a slightly higher high up to about 67.6. So the crypto markets thought it was a good sign. I personally would rather have Kamala be president than Biden, you know, just because I think Biden was weak and old. But that doesn't mean I'd vote for them. It doesn't mean I wouldn't. Just that's kind of what, you know, I think a lot of other countries saw the U.S. being weak. with a president that was having Alzheimer's or whatever else you want to say that he was having. So the markets did respond positively to that, and we'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, I'd be just cautious going over the next few days. I know what is today, Monday. I'd be cautious going later into this week because Bitcoin is looking sketchy. Now, Bitcoin breaks 68,600. It's time to go long. If you're already in a trade, I wouldn't worry about it. Just let your trade play out either way. If you're in profits, maybe take some profits. Not financial advice, but that's just, how I see it. Now, again, if Bitcoin makes a higher high, then I see a nice quick move to the $70,000 range. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of my outlook on the market. I see a rounded top and a rising wedge on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. And I will leave it at that. I don't know why I took away that bottom trend line. There we go. So, thank you for the WIF news. Appreciate that. I guess I'll be your news host, guys. Thank you for that. Community Fest. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, I predict a drop on Bitcoin if Bitcoin does not get back above this last local high here, which on the Coinbase chart was 68,600, we'll call it. Slightly lower than that, but if Bitcoin does not break 68,600, I see more downside. Like the 33-minute time frame is ready for a bounce. The 1 hour is kind of struggling. The 2 hours kind of struggling. The 4-hour time frame is basically oversold. You're above the 200. I like that, but you're in a rising wedge. So, I don't think it's a horrible idea to open a short here because the daily, the 2-day, the 3-day are all overbought. So, again, just to recap one more time, if those time frames need to reset down to 65,500, that'd still be good for the weekly. As long as the weekly does not lose 65,500 and those time frames between the daily and the 3-day can reset, I think that's a good sign for the weekly. The weekly might kind of go sideways on the stock RSI and then curve back up when we get the move up. So if Bitcoin goes to 65,500, that can still be bullish for the weekly as long as we don't stay down there more than a week or so, and then you continue the move up, because that would be a higher low on the weekly time frame. So we'll see what happens, but that's kind of I should say it would be a higher low on the 3-day. But anyways, so I would not be going long right now unless you're already in trades. I'm not long on Bitcoin right now. I'm in long in another altcoin. But if Bitcoin dumps, obviously, this trade will probably not play out. But that's just how I see the markets. So I will say this: mid-term, I'm bearish. Short-term, I'm maybe slightly bullish, and long-term on the weekly, I'm very bullish. So I believe the low is down there at 53,000. I don't see us making a new low. But we could see a move back down to $2,000 to 65.5. If you're opening a long right now and your stop is below that level, I believe you'll be okay. But I'm not saying it's not going to go below that level. I'm not saying you should open up 100x long and have your liquidation be 65K, because it could still get a wick down there. I just don't think we're going to go below that level. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, I don't see much downside. If we do get some, I see more upside super long term, like on the weekly time frame. I do see $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year based on the weekly time frame, and I guess I'll leave it at that. You have to make your own decision based on what's going on. Hold on a second. So yeah, you have to make your own decision. Thank you guys for the 6 likes. Appreciate that. I think I lost viewers when I paused the video, but so yeah. 63K max is your low. Maybe. We'll see what happens. You're welcome. Thank you for the gifts. And that's kind of my market update for tonight. I'll be back live on Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time. This is usually the longer stream. So this stream, if you guys have requests for altcoins, I'll look at them. Otherwise, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. Yeah. So that's kind of what I got going on. I don't see a lot of other crazy things happening in the market. I just really don't. I am still watching some of these, shit coins, but I'm not watching a lot right now. So that coin that I had a moon bag in just shit the bed, so that's depressing. But that's why it's a moon bag. But yeah, and I don't see anything else happening in the market, so if there's no request, I'll be back live Monday or Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe. Have a great rest of your week. And if you guys want to see the replay or miss some of my my market update, I suggest that you go to my YouTube channel, Crypto Boss Andrew on YouTube, and I'll be posting a video there in about 15 minutes with a market replay of this live stream. But that's kind of my market update on Bitcoin tonight and into the rest of the week. I told you if this, then that, or what can happen. So, again, that will all be in the replay. But, yeah, that's my market update. You're welcome, Michael. Can I name a coin that would do a 10 to 15x? With confidence, I would love to say Atom. But, frankly, Atom just made a new weekly low. Let me go to Atom. Atom made, like, a new weekly low. So, like, it could still do a 10x from here and go to $60, but I don't say that with confidence. So I would say Atom's not it, but I am investing in Atom. Also, the weekly on Atom is getting overbought. Like, it's not overbought, but you can see how quickly that's curving up. That's not a good sign. It's likely now Atom makes a lower high below $14 unless Bitcoin gets a new all-time high. So I don't like that. I don't know. Maybe Jasmine could do one. If you really want, oh my god, Bohm looks extremely bearish on the weekly. That's getting overbought extremely fast. Let's look at the 3-day on Bohm. Yeah, I would. Bohm looks like a good short coming up. I'll have to look into that. What time frame is this on? Orca right now is one I invest a little bit of money into as well. That's getting overbought very fast. That's not a good sign. AMP looks, I don't know. AMP is trying to curve up here. It'd have to be a low cap coin that's like under $1 billion market cap in my opinion, but those are like the riskier coins. So you just have to be very cautious about that. I guess Woo looks good to me, but it doesn't look great. You know, your all-time high is 65 cents. You're down to 21. The monthly's a downtrend, so I would say Jasmine's probably the safest bet, but I don't know if you're going to get a 10x out of that. It might be a 5x. If you're going to be degenerate, it'd be pretty easy to get a 10x, but then you could lose all your money very easily. So if you want a semi-safe play, I would definitely say probably of any of the coins I just looked at would be Jasmine. But, like, you know, that's high risk in my opinion. I would say that's not. I would say Jasmine's medium risk. I would say high risk would be like a shitcoin like Woo, coins you've never heard of, like 1,000 Sats. You know, I'm long on it, but I don't have much in it, so that's kind of where I stay. And it's a trade. It's not like I'm investing in it. I don't know if I'd invest in any of these. But anywho, the 50-minute time frame on Sats looks horrible. That's also like a rising wedge on Sats on the 15. I might just get out of this trade. That's extremely bearish. I'm trying to only look at the higher time frames on this trade, but that looks bad. Let's check the 1 hour. 1 hour is getting overbought, making a lower high. 2 hour looks okay. The 4 hour looks okay. Oh my god. I'll stick the trade out and see what happens, but this looks pretty bearish to me. The low is 26. I don't know, man. This long doesn't look great to me anymore. But Jasmine, I guess, would answer your question, would be the one that I could see doing a 10x. Well, I don't even know what Crow's at right now. Let's go look at Crypto.com. Crypto.com, could that go to $1? Probably, yeah. I don't know what the market cap of this is. That's a falling wedge right now on Crypto.com. So I'll just have to manually lower this. Your low right there was 7 cents, right? Your measure move would basically take you all up to all-time highs to 20 cents. I mean, $1 is probably possible. Let's check the weekly. This is the weekly. I mean, the all-time high was what? Over $1. So I think $1 is very possible this run, but that is a higher low on the weekly, so that is one thing. Now, on the weekly time frame, you cannot make a lower low, otherwise it's game over and you're probably not going to see $1. But if Crow doesn't lose 7.7 cents the rest of this bull run, I could see more upside coming for Crow. And then your next resistance would be 18.5 cents. And you have a little bit more resistance right here on CROW at 12.3 or so, 12.4. Excuse me, maybe even 12.5 cents. But yeah, that's what I got, guys. With that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next live stream Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe, have a great week, and I'll see you guys in the trading group. If you guys decide to join, I'll be posting some more updates there later tonight for sure. So I'll see you guys, and I'll post this video on YouTube in about 15 minutes. So have a great night, y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one.